Hi, I'm Loren Galey. Here's an update on the Schumann Resonance. We have heard that the Schumann Resonance this year in 2017 has hit some incredible all-time highs. And this is a shift in consciousness as this frequency permeates all that is on our planet. However, this is not to be scary or send anyone into fear. Rather, an awareness will elevate us to the next level. The Earth's frequency is on the rise. Recent spikes of the Schumann resonance have reached 77 and 90 hertz, and spiritual teachers say this is a prophesied sign of the Earth's ascension and an awakening humanity.
The Maya, before the harmonic convergence in the late 70s into the early 80s, spoke about a time that was coming that they called the quickening, when the vibration of the Earth would begin to quicken the changes, and this time would start in 1987 with the harmonic convergence.
Practical mystic Christopher Timms says the Earth's frequency permeates every cell and atom of our body, and as the Earth's frequency rises, so does our consciousness.
The Earth was in basically an alpha state, sleeping around 7.8 hertz. That's like a light alpha sleeping state, meditative state. And we were moving towards a beta state as we began to get closer and closer to the threshold, which was 13 hertz. As we would move through different brief periods in Earth history since 1987, where we would go above 13 hertz, 15 hertz. If you can imagine someone waking up from a deep sleep, you kind of wake up and you're groggy and you go back to sleep. You wake up and you go back to sleep. That's kind of what's been beginning to happen since 1987 at all different levels of our world, with increased acceleration of that phenomena happening, of the increasing spikes and drops in frequency. Then we're waking up more, but yet, being a little groggy. Waking up more, being a little groggy.
Ascension wayshower and gatekeeper Sandra Walter has been holding unity meditations to connect to the Earth's human heart grid. She reminds us we can feel this new vibration as well.
Listen to Gaia. If Gaia is speaking to you through a chart, you need to get your butt out on Gaia and sit down and feel it, because if you do earthing at all, if you're walking barefoot in the grass, you could feel the energy coming up through your legs. Get yourself sensitive enough that you feel this, because the codes that are emanating from Gaia right now are strong. Yes, it shows up on the chart, but the actual, this is what grid workers have been working on, is the activation of this solar, all these solar temples and the stuff that's buried underground. And she's answering, yes, you see it in the Schumann Resonance, but what does that mean? It means the activation of the stuff within herself, in the crystalline core, and in those grid systems, and in the ley line grid system, the New Earth grid system, and the human heart resonance. That is what is being reflected in those charts. Is yes, the vibration is rising. She constantly fluctuates. The planet is open to cosmic rays and solar plasma at all times. It's just now people are paying more attention to the fact that the vibratory resonance, the baseline, is higher. As part of the awakening process, a lot of these things that people have been watching for a long time are suddenly coming to light, because now more people, it's like the wake-up call. It's like, are you paying attention? Are you paying? Here's some science for you. All those things that we've been talking about, are coming to light, and it's wonderful. And again, it should not put anyone into fear or any kind of scary Mary stuff, because it's so beautiful that people are awakening.
Master healer Alicia Power says Gaia is feeling the support of grid workers on her ascension path.
Mother Earth, she is feeling the love, she is feeling the power returning, she is feeling the strengthening, she is feeling the releasing of the density in her auric fields, and she is reaching towards the sun, the solar logos. It is an extraordinary portal, consciousness, holding open a gateway of light and pockets of light intelligence coming towards us in every photon from the sun. She communes with the sun, and so this beautiful marriage of the solar flares and her awakening, shaking awake her frequency.
Alicia channels the creator beings who say this light activity will continue to increase, and it's an opportunity to release the shadow into light.
There is a magnification point coming up shortly. Energies are going to get amplified to a point shortly, and always a moment like this is a training moment, it's a test moment, it's a opportunity moment for light workers. Huge amplification between light and dark coming up, they're saying, shortly. And they're actually saying that this increase of the Schumann resonance is part of a lead-up to a very, very powerful precipitation of, like a volcano going off, of a release point between light and dark. So they're saying that a moment like that could be a private moment where you meet a very deep fear within inside yourself. Remember, it's a hologram, and you're alone in your virtual video game with your spirit mentors and spirit tutors. So your reflex, your inner reflex, could be a very private moment where one of your deepest fears shows up, either externally or just echoes of an ancient need for healing. Some of that might be amplified more intensely than normal at this juncture point. So it could be a private moment, it could be a public moment, it could be a moment where you could choose to own your hologram in that moment. Remember that whole Hawaiian Ho'oponopono principle where you're choosing to own the hologram and you are saying to your hologram, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and I love you. What you're actually doing is training your holographic field, which shows up your reality and includes the person, the actor on your stage. So you're training, speaking to and instructing that holographic field, which includes an individual that you may be even saying it to etherically, because that individual begins to align, entrain with your holographic movie screen, with your holographic field that you're instructing using those words, because you're diving deep into love and compassion and self-love. But most importantly, you're owning the hologram in that moment. This is the opportunity in that amplification moment that's coming up shortly.
As the increased light illuminates the shadows within us and in the collective consciousness, our goal is to shine the light of love, respond with love in the face of every situation. It's a choice point that pulls in the optimal timelines and the patterns of perfection for New Earth. Reporting on the shift in consciousness, I'm Loren Galey. For the full quantum conversations with Christopher Timms and Alicia Power, visit acoustichealth.com and register for Quantum Conversations, free daily shows to expand consciousness and raise the vibration of the planet. That's acoustichealth.com.